are going to be doing a reading. My first upload was on Leo. I thought perhaps I would do Virgo, but since this is about allowing myself to be the true instrument of information, the true instrument of love, the true conduit to my tribe. And I don't know how many of you there are. Might be 5 of you. Might be 5 million of you. Bottom line is, if there's one of you, I want to connect with you because you belong. And I belong. And we belong together. Our souls have intentions to see good manifest forward positively. And I'm here to be a cheerleader for you. I am here to say what I see and to not question it, which will be very difficult for me because I have this old dialogue that everything has to be perfect. But what I have come to observe is that I'll say things, and that is where your message is. It's in between the lines, probably more often than not. I'm saying one thing, your soul is receiving from source the truth. So please don't be anal. If a 10 of Wands comes up and I say this is a time of liberation, and you're looking at that card saying that's a card of burden, I'm going to say, well, what came over me was liberation. So ask yourself, how can this card that is so representative of a burden be a card that says you are free? You are no longer trapped in your illusions. Because that is, again, exactly what that card says. And you see, everything will always touch back to itself. We just have to be more liberal and relaxed in receiving the information. So for my tribe, for the collective that belongs in our field, and for the field that we belong in, I look forward to many years together, and welcome. We're just gonna so sweetly anoint the space. Sweetness, sweetness, sweetness. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, so we're doing this together. Just let me emphasize. As when I was a believer, and I still am, by the way, I do believe that there is so much wisdom and truth interwoven. And of course, religion, the word itself, means to bind up. But there's also liberty that comes with that. And so ride with me on this journey. I don't think it'll be the same. I just don't. The way I was created, and so far the way it maybe feels, and maybe that's just spirit saying, I just want you to go. Just go. Move forward like the chariot. It's time. We'll figure this out together, because the perfectionist in me wants, or the Taurus, whatever, wants to make sure that I don't harm you, wants to make sure that I'm protecting you. And the Scorpio, they want to only give you the most accurate information from source. And the Aries, that's where we're impetuous. But we are bold and brazen, and we will come forward. And so I think of it like this. I represent the chariot in that I am housed by the sun and the moon, Aries, and that Scorpio is driving this beast. And Scorpio, I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust that my message is not painful, doesn't sting too much, is more beneficial than harmful, and in fact that there's no harm ever. So as we begin, you should know me, and I hope to get to know you. I look forward to getting to know you. First thing we're going to do is we're going to draw the energy around the read. Okay. I was going to say I was having a difficult time with the cards. They were sticking. And I was going to make a different decision. But again, let's remember who's in control of this show. And right when that was going to be what I spoke, the beautiful truth came out and said, pick me, pick me, pick me. All right. So this card is the card that represents the zodiac sign that we are doing the reading for. Can you guess? You ready? Of course you can. Let's go ahead and take a beautiful look at this card. The transitions, the phases of the moon, ancient wisdom carved in rocks, ancestral. Do you see that there is one ancestor with open hands, perhaps a dish, and the energy is coming up, coming up, coming up to the full moon. And I see a face there. You see it? Let it be joy coming forward, truth manifesting. Okay, so here we go. Over on this side, I'm going to do a Celtic cross reading. Subject to change, I'm not sure. Let's get our deck going. We know we're reading about Cancer. Let's do some oracle cards. That's what I feel next. I feel that we want to pinpoint more specifically what this reading is about. So let's go ahead and put our two beautiful energy points. So we have a triangle of energy when we're finished. That's just a beautiful card for the moon, the soul. All right. We are going to do one tarot card to ascertain whether this is a love reading, a work reading for Cancer. But we know that this is a reading for Cancer because the sign is ruled by the moon. The moon sits comfortably in the house of Cancer. Ooh, Cancer. Okay, we're going to keep these three cards. Okay. In between the situation or Cancer's current situation is the World card. Cancer is looking to close out this cycle. But what's behind Cancer? What's sitting in the immediate past or in the influence position? The Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles. When you look at him, do you see what I see? I see a man that has focused on, or a woman, this is a dominant energy. This is not male or female. Women can be just as aggressive in the workforce. In fact, go back in history and look. Women can be some of the most intense and fierce fighters. Think about Athena in mythology, born of Zeus's thigh. no, sorry, broken from his brain. Splitting headache, Hephaestus. We've got this energy here that's saying, I have to hold on to this at all costs. This is mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Mine, 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 mine. Those colors are saying, Cancer. Wow. Catch that? She's holding everything she needs. She's open, as indicated by her nakedness. She has an offering. But she's casting her head, her energy, her eyes. And in fact, oh, no, 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 her eyes are closed. But her head, her head's not fearing her thoughts. Okay. It's not my job to critique anything. It's my job to say what I see. Incoming. Here's what I see, Cancer. I see you've been holding on to belief systems, patterns, created for you, not even of your own creation. Some of you, yes. Some of you created this out of fear. Perhaps your childhood was unstable and your parents, your mother, your father, perhaps your entire family represented a draw on your financial security, but perhaps you also learned how to create security because this family generated this fear. Now that doesn't resonate for all of you, and I know that. I'm just getting a specific part of the tribe, the Cancer tribe, who grew up in a family that was incredibly irresponsible. And the Cancer was the glue that held everything together. And as much as the Cancer resented the fact that they could not be nurtured and loved, they also allowed it to strengthen and fortify them towards a beneficial, more secure foundation. Now, some of you grew up in that environment and you took yourselves on a path that was destructive. Some of you grew up in that environment and you took yourselves on a path that was productive. But both of you are equally injured and battling the same battle. It just is looking different. And perhaps the one Cancer would look at the other Cancer and say, oh, you have it so good. You're so lucky. But we should never, ever, ever look at somebody else and think that they are lucky, because we simply don't know what they survived. What is true is that each of us are given resources by Source to come through this journey with, like the magician, everything we need. And of course, at the bottom is the Emperor. So let's go ahead and keep looking at this. This is a reading. Interesting. So I'm asking for what the reading is in relation to, and I felt that it was money, but I was quickly corrected. Uh-oh. What is happening? We're all just coming to a moment. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see how this goes. Okay. This is about soulmates. This is about union, partner, love, family, intimate, friends coming together. This is about connecting emotionally, a deep bond or emotional attracting connection. What have we got? Oh. So what's going on with you, Cancer? You need to let this go. You already know that. We're going to pull some oracle cards like I said we would. Because Spirit is perfect. First, we want to see what we're up against, and then we want to see how we can come out of it. So here's what we've got going on. We have the overall reading is about Cancer and the moon, the soul. Holding on too tightly creates an imprisoning space in the mind. Because if you aren't flexible here, you will create this environment. Here, it's unavoidable. You're worried. And I think it might be costing something. Because, stay with me here. Okay, yes, see? We have to, okay, yeah. The story will unfold itself as the story is meant to unfold itself. Why are you here, Cancer? Because of course the heading will tell you what the reading energy singularly is isolating and who it's isolating for. And in this reading, it is isolating for you. You're tired. You're tired of battling. You're tired of fighting. Even though you're willing to continue the fight. But you may find that you become more venomous than you're comfortable with. And that creates these dark moments, these stabbing moments, these conflicting, painful moments that haunt you in your sleep, haunt you when the busyness of the day quiets. Because what you really, and do you see behind this Two of Cups? So, Cancer, what I am feeling that your overall message from the universe for my soul tribe, soul to soul, is in order to close out this cycle of attack and plaguing of thoughts. Attack and plaguing of thoughts. In other words, I'm picking up that you will attack and then at night be plagued, and then attack and at night be plagued. And you're in this vicious cycle, and it is all around those that you love most. And it is creating this energy of imprisonment, but you're so locked in on feeling justified in it that you will not be able to break the cycle and enjoy this love until you decide. And let's see what you need to decide. Holy Spirit, angels and spirit guides, Holy Spirit, thank you so much. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your love. Thank you that you are a perfect parent. You do not desire that your children should suffer, but have all the answers that they quietly, purposefully seek. I thank you for the opportunity, the privilege to be an instrument for my tribe, for those that connect and resonate to me, those that you have created me for. The Magician. Okay, Cancer. You have everything, and I know, I've heard this, and as an Aries, it's like, I have everything, but I can't do anything. No, that's not true. You can do everything. You have everything. The problem is you're forgetting that in order to bring all of that good stuff forward, you have to be thinking in this mindset, in celebrating, not in this mindset. This mindset is, I have to keep this for myself. But that creates this mindset at night, and then interrupts this right here. And this, my Cancer friend, this is your driver. This is your purpose to express it to the world, to experience it for the world, to remind us that all things are possible. There's a caduceus. This is a symbol of healing, of alchemy, and above us we have the lion, we have purity of heart, we have power, and the wings of an eagle above. Heat from the coffee cups, how very modern of us. How very Starbucks. So remember, how you break this cycle, Cancer, without expectation, you bring more of this in. You don't expect others to help you to dance or find your joy. You just join the party with your cup and dance for joy. And that breaks this. Empowering this, manifesting more of this, creating this, breaking this, allowing this. Yeah, we don't even want that one in the mix. So here we are, Cancer. Rise up. Own your power, your soul. And this soul will be on the cheerleading sidelines, cheering you on as you run your marathon. I know what it takes. I know the discipline you have to put in. But trust me as I know that I trust you. We know what it takes. We're willing to put the effort in. We will keep pressing on for the next 3 minutes. And I say that because I would always run an hour on the treadmill training, 6 days a week, 6 miles a day. When I first started doing it, I started a walk and then an incline to build up my endurance. And then dropped it down, and I'd be on a 2 incline at a 10-minute mile. And for the first whatever, I would be grumbling. Oh my God, I'm not going to make it. Oh my God, please, I just have to stop. Maybe I'll just stop. But something would keep pressing behind me. Keep pressing on. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. And I had very inspirational music. And back then it was Stephen Curtis Chapman, Burn the Sails, Burn the Ships. Oh my God, there were so many good ones. And then POD and yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to think of them right now, but those words that don't believe in the past behavior, burn that ship, press on. And when I would hit that 30-minute mark, and it was usually at the 26th or 27th minute, I hadn't broken a sweat yet, and I'd be ready to quit the entire time, ready to quit. And the Holy Spirit would come over me sometime. Well, it got to a point where it wasn't necessary, obviously. But in the very beginning, the Holy Spirit would say, just give me 5 more minutes, just 7 more minutes, just 10 more minutes, just 2 more minutes, just 1 more minute, 1 more minute. Just give me 1 more of your minutes. And the commitment, game on. All right, you've got 7 more, 10 more, 1 more, whatever it was, more minutes while he was training me. And as soon as that 30-minute mark would pass, my body would break this incredible sweat, which gratified me to see me just get soaked. And my endorphins would kick in, and the next thing I'd know, I was on a grease track, effortlessly moving to my destination, my goal, which was 6 miles. So that has always been an extremely powerful gift given. Remember, give that little bit of time that you're asked to give, and give it with everything you've got without adjusting the challenge. Because again, we weren't setting the treadmill to a 2.5 and walking those 3 minutes that we were asked of. We were pushing. And once we got more conditioned, we would, if we were we would then push it up to 7.5. and run as hard as we could for the 3 minutes to tell ourselves, no, you can't stop me. And if you're going to lie to me, I'm going to give you more, just to prove I've got everything needed to get me down to that goal. And that was a gift. Because here's the other thing. Anyone who knows me back before then would tell you I was a cigarette smoking couch potato, and there is no way I became a runner. But you know what? I've got those pieces of paper that prove it, and I can search my name on the internet and I can see my time. And that reminds me, oh yeah, it's real. So remember, you got this. I've talked way too long, but I appreciate meeting you. Cancer, it has been a pleasure.